All right. And now we are back live again. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, viewers, share the broadcast. You don't have any viewers yet. Okay. I just sent. Okay. See, I sent that thing to you to watch, but
Hello, everyone. Can you hear us out there, Derek? Can you hear us? Please hit the comments if you can hear us. Tam Ward, can you all hear us out there? Please hit in the comments if you can hear us.
So Rodney, try to select those three dots next to my name and see if it gives you any options.
see, it's not giving me nothing. All it's doing is I can just see your name.
Rachel, can you hear us?
Wait. Shoot.
Can you hear us, Rachel?
It's not working.
Sharon Smith is on. Can you all hear us out there?
I don't know what.
Okay, Rachel can hear us.
Oh,
She
Rachel,
can hear us.
Rachel can hear us.
So you can hear us, correct? She said that she can hear us.
I'm
Okay.
saying just have you all on the live and then keep me on the phone for a phone interview.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so you can hear us now. Can Rachel hear us now?
Rachel, you saying that you can hear us? Sharon says yes. Sharon McDonald says yes.
Okay, and
Victoria Moore Howard, thank you. They are confirming that
they can hear us.
they can hear us. Thank you. We apologize for this. We were trying to bring Kayla on to the live video, but we're having some difficulties with that. So we're gonna have her by phone.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Hi Sharon, thank you. Appreciate you. Rachel, all of you that just tuning in. Tim, Derek Smith, thank you all for joining us.
Okay. First of all, I send out my apologies first to you, Kayla. This is not the first time we've had virtual individuals to come on, and it's worked several times. And I don't know if it's something in the process of them changing it, but also I believe that behind every positive thing, some negative will come in, and I just cannot take that negative energy and let it push me down. So you are still there, correct? Kayla?
Yeah.
Okay. So they can hear you. And so we'll just go ahead and do a phone interview. And I just want everybody to know that this young lady that we have on, we tried to do something special today because normally it's date night. And so we decided to not lose this opportunity to talk to Miss Kayla. And from what I understand, you are involved in quite a few things, correct?
I sure am.
Okay, so let me start off by saying that, so you're a health and wellness coordinator?
Yes, I am a certified and licensed health and wellness practitioner. So that is a practitioner is a person who practices health and wellness for themselves as continent of Africa, traditional holistic practices as well. And yeah, so my goal as a practitioner is to bring this information to my people to show them that if we were never meant to consume pharmaceutical drugs, take anything or do anything that was made for us in a lab, but to heal from the earth, heal from our own bodies, and heal from the wisdom and knowledge that has always been here. Yep.
Okay. And also, I also see that you are the Director of Operations for Creative Equal Opportunity Incorporation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. So my past life, as young as I am, was a dancer, performance artist, and I've been on Broadway, I've done film, concert, stage, I've had the privilege of touring a little bit throughout Europe and the Middle East. And when I came home to New York and eventually Washington, D.C., due to an injury, that's when I pursued holistic health and wellness seriously and got my certification. Along with that, it was very hard for me to not be on stage anymore. So post-career, what I did was volunteer, free services in the community with health and wellness, but also in the arts. Just staying involved, and I started to turn my focus towards the important things like grant writing and fundraising and getting sponsors for different events and making sure that the teachers in public school systems had access to workshops, resources, and information so that they can continue to fuel and feed themselves as they give to the larger community. So CEO Incorporated, Creative and Equal Opportunities Incorporated, is a resource hub for artists. So it's mostly education. We do some online workshops. So recently I taught for Prince George's Arts and Humanities Council a financial literacy workshop for artists to help them to start thinking about their future, where they put their money, when they get money, how to get more of it, how to work in partnership with organizations instead of feeling like they are subjugated to slave labor, just being more sustainable and, helping just people to elevate their platform.
For you to be so young, you actually are doing a lot. First of all, I'm sure that your parents are very, very proud of you. If we had a lot more young individuals like yourself, we would probably really be making some large steps in the economy and in different areas with this generation that we're dealing with today. So I just take my hat off to your parents and whoever your mentor has been and still is, to say that job well done.
Yes. Well, actually, one of my mentors is joining us here live today. It's Rachel Cole. And I can say that it's because of mentors and my village and my community that I've had the confidence to do all these things that I'm doing. My father actually is deceased, but from what I've been told about him, he was an excellent person. He was a young scholar. And so I just felt led to continue that legacy of excellence as a Black person who, we're underestimated. Black people are always excellent. And so when I discovered that there was more I could do, I just told myself, okay, well, do it. And, keep up, because there's, as advancements in technology, so much accessibility is brought to us. And so I figured, let me try to make the most of it.
That is so cool. I just wanted to add, because I ride off of people's energy. So first of all, again, I apologize, because as you know, at one point we anticipated you coming in live, and I don't like making excuses. So I probably should have did a test run earlier, but it is what it is. So again, I thank you for hanging in there with me. I apologize to any of your guests who are having to just hear your voice, but y'all get a chance to see this beautiful Black queen all the time. And so we are the ones that's kind of falling short by not having that visual right now.
But guess what? I'm also going live on my page. So people can see me and they can hear you as we're talking. And I've also tagged you. So if anyone wants to see a visual, they can see a visual after the interview.
That just shows how talented and smart you are. Because I was over here fumbling. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, my children, they fuss at me all the time. They be asking me, say, Dad, send this or do this on the phone. My wife convinced me to buy this new iPhone. I should have kept that old phone I had, because by the time after 2 years, I learned how to operate. So now, you know, I'm working on something new. But let me say this. First of all, just to all of the guests, everybody just tuning in, this is Real Talk Live with Rodney Grimes, people to people, power to power, power to think to people. My guest today is Miss Kayla. It's Naturale B. Naturale. I like that. And so, you are really an amazing young lady. I also saw some of your photographs. You're also an excellent model as well. Correct?
Thank you.
Yeah. So I have way over 40 some years in the photography, and so when I saw your pictures, my wife was looking at your information, and I was looking at your pictures, and I was like, call her because I want to photograph her. And my wife would say, stay focused on the interview right now. And as you remember when I talked to you the other day, I literally brought that to your attention that I am so eager to have a photo session with you because you are really, really blessed. And when I say blessed, you have I even saw it in your pictures. You have an energy with you is just phenomenal. And so I'm sure a lot of people who have the opportunity to be in your presence, they be blessed with that as well. So that's something that we want to do, and we're going to make it another time as well. We're going to finish today, but I want to make sure I bring you back because, see, I'm a God-fearing man. Whenever something negative go down, I don't let it get me down. I can't do that. What I do is I just keep moving forward. And so whatever the reason that things didn't work out today, so be it. I keep it going. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I've had times where, you know, we got lights and stuff in here, and some of the things would start to go bad, and I'll be like, okay, what happened? One day, we was sitting here, we was interviewing a young lady, and some glasses, and hats was popping up. It was popping up on the screen. And I didn't know what I did, but actually I hit one of them buttons, and down the bottom it started putting glasses on us.
Well, you know what, Rodney? You've intrigued people already on my end because people are like, what's going on? What y'all talking about? And so I let them know it's real talk, but also it's date night. So can you all tell us, because I'm new to this, tell and share with us what the typical Friday date night is all about?
I love you. I love you.
Thank you.
Did you see how she flipped that? She flipped the script, and now
Never have we had anyone to do that.
Now we being interviewed. Hey, well, let me share with you. First of all, I've been with my wife now going on 15 years. One of the things that we incorporated in our relationship was every Friday is date night. And so no matter what, every Friday is date night with me and my wife. So we don't make plans without talking to each other, and we make sure whether we mad, happy, or sad, Friday is date night. I mean, it's been times I could be a little upset with her and don't want to hold her hand, but on date night I got to, because that's a promise and a commitment we made with one another, and it's been a blessing in our life. And so what we did is we started to share it with our other viewers. And we ask that every Friday, we suggest whether you're alone or with a partner, that you fix a meal and share it. So with that said, I'm going to let you know what the meal is today. So Actually, I'm going to put this up to the camera. And my wife, you're going to talk about, so this is adobo?
It's adobo chicken. It's a Filipino chicken. And we have some rice with, I made some gravy, light gravy on top. And then here we have spinach with onions and a little bit of sauteed carrots on top. So.
Yeah, so basically this is a adobo chicken, which is a Filipino dish. And she does, my wife does this gravy that she makes with real chicken, real fresh chicken, and she puts eggs and onions and capers in it. And yes, and I'm telling you, and then she makes this spinach. She makes the spinach with onions.
It has onions, some season.
Just a little season. We try to eat healthy, so we kind of watch by
carrots as well.
We try not to add too much, but yes. So, what we do is we do this every Friday, and what we're trying to do is encourage people to eat healthy, also to take time and live healthy with your partner, and so that's what we call date night. And so basically, normally we really don't have guests, but we wasn't going to turn down this opportunity to have you.
And we ask people to put in the comment field, or they can call in and say what they're having. And it doesn't have to be something that you cooked. It could be something that you bought, or it could be popcorn and a movie. You know, we just want to hear what you're doing as you're watching us. And
we're actually sharing date night with you and everyone who tunes in. This is all about what my slogan is: people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Okay, so people to people, that's you, me, and them. Them can be whoever you want. Power to power, that's the positive power that we seek, the power of success, the power of our growth within ourselves, and the power that other people have as well. You know, there's always a bright side and a dark side. There's an up and down. There's a positive and a negative. So it's all type of power, but we seek the power that's given to us, especially through God, because we believe that God is nothing but love. And so we take that energy, and then it causes us to become positive thinking people. So what we continue to do on Friday, again, we try to incorporate that into everyone who tunes in with us.
Exactly.
And so it's
and
been.
We also have lately we've been supporting black-owned businesses.
So we have a lot of chefs that we got lined up that's supposed to be coming in and cook right in our kitchen. And so basically, again, it's just an opportunity for us to share date night with our watchers, our viewers, friends, family, and whoever.
That is amazing. I absolutely love that idea of power to power. New generation, we call it positive affirmation, but it's power, and that's really what it is. And you know, when it comes to just being friends or connecting with your village or your community, I think it's so important to be able to connect with people, to make eye contact, to be a part of someone's presence and to receive that, but to also give that. So I think that's amazing, because we had a comment here on my end where someone said, I've been married for 30 years, congratulations. And date night, I imagine, keep that spice and that energy, and that's awesome.
Well, and that's one of the things that we found that date night really worked. And
I want to say that, I mean, to cut you off, one of our guests that we're going to have, one of the chefs, he is actually here. His name is Gerald McCoy.
Oh.
And he's actually sharing what he's having.
And Gerald says, I had chicken nuggets and a salmon burger. Hey, Gerald, we love it. Also, Rachel, your mentor, she says, my king made garlic bread. What's that?
Garlic bread. What is that?
Ziti soup
with salad. Sam, come on now.
Sam be showing off.
You gotta stop it.
No, hey, Sam,
no, you don't stop it.
Sam, you keep doing exactly.
Stop it right here. Bring it here.
You keep doing exactly what you do.
I love it.
And also, Kayla, just hold a second because I like to acknowledge. I sent out some condolences to our condolences to the family of Patrick Ellis from WHUR. He passed away a few nights ago, and so we take this time also to say certain things to people to let them know that we are not just about us, but we care about them as well. I also would like to say happy anniversary to my cousin Timmy Catron and Sonova, his wife, married 16 years.
Awesome.
They be normally tuning in, and they are being blessed. God is just working in their life and making things come together continuously. We also have Rev Gotti and his wife that are celebrating. I think I remember it's 20 years or 22, but I know it's in the 20s. Rev Gotti is a very, very good friend of mine. And then I also want to say happy birthday to Sharice Hancock. We love you, Sharice. You are a beautiful person who we've had time and time again in the past had the opportunity to be blessed by your company and the things that you do. Wanda Burry, happy birthday to you as well. Wanda Burry, we love you. Send you peace and blessings. My cousin Bonnie Carter, her real name is Bernice. And her birthday is tomorrow.
Yes.
Marcella Quanda, July 16th.
Yesterday.
Lamont Cunningham, which was yesterday. And then Sharon Cummings, it's her birthday as well. And let me see here. Oh, and I had put on there, make sure I do a shout out to Gerald McCoy. But I'm so glad that I read it, but I ain't have to worry about it. So that's it. This is what we do, Kayla. We try to empower people. We're trying to change the way we're doing things. We're trying to get where we're starting to have it where we don't have the hood, we got the neighborhood like it used to be. We want to. Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you. I found the icon where I requested to join your video.
Oh, you did?
Awesome.
Yes, it has to be done through the phone, and I'm on my computer. So, see if the request came up.
Okay, hold on. Let me look.
Awesome. In the meantime, I'm gonna welcome. Hi, Kim. Welcome. Glad you're here. And Gerald, thank you again for tuning in. I am looking so forward to having you here in our kitchen and having you sit here. And we're looking very forward to that. Rachel, Rush Lucas, welcome aboard. We welcome all of you that are joining in. Mayana, welcome.
Tell him just to hang in there with me.
Hang in there. We're trying to bring Kayla in, into the, just bear with us. Tawana, hey sis, see you tomorrow. Angela Harris, Tara Frazier.
So I added. Oh, it's adding you. I think it's.
There we go.
Oh
my goodness.
yeah. You amazing.
There you go. No, you're amazing. Thank you for your spirit. Make it happen.
Okay. Hey, why I see a little mouse or something.
A mouse?
Yeah, it's saying yummy, yummy, yummy.
Where do you see that?
But it's somebody put it in it. But that is so cool. So.
Can you hear us?
Kayla, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Oh man.
This is awesome.
See, you see why I don't give up? You see why? Hey, let me tell you something. See, sometimes God has put something out there and he just want to know how bad you want it. And so we got to take life like that. We got to put it where we don't just let a little situation get us down. We keep moving forward. See, many of us in this country when we have those trials and tribulations, we will then fall short by getting in our feelings and just give up. So
Mm.
I thank you personally for hanging in there with us.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all are, yes, awesome. God is awesome. It worked itself out. Because I said, okay, well, we figured it out. Let me see if I can see them on my phone. So that is the ticket, Uncle. That is the ticket. It has to be phone to phone. It cannot be on computer. So now we know.
Oh, okay,
Hey,
okay.
You are awesome. Thank you.
Yep, I'm still fooling with stuff because I got my food over here,
I'm
and
sorry, I'm eating mine.
and Zena gonna try to eat her food and leave me over there. I know.
And Rachel, I want to say something to you. Don't be teasing me. She says, I am so full. She says, it was good. ZZ, y'all want a bowl? Come on.
Oh, I am so cool. I am so happy.
Do we want a bowl?
I am so happy. So, hey, now, actually, now that I can really see you and everything, I just want everybody just to bear with me. Please hit share. This young lady is somebody that y'all want to pay attention to. For her to be as young as she is and doing the things she's doing, I mean, you inspiring me, you know. And so I'm just happy that you are the queen that you are. And I can only imagine where you're going to be in another 20 years.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for speaking that into me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because you know, I just saw a lot of the things that you were doing, and I just was so amazed. And so also something else, I also noticed that you had some kind of event on the 16th.
So my birthday's tomorrow, and Sunday, Sunday I have a virtual event. It's a wellness event. So it's called Radical Self-Care. And basically I'm just encouraging people to get a regimen down, get a regimen together so that when we come back into the office setting or wherever you work or whatever it is you do, that you know exactly how you're going to approach it, taking care of yourself, not burning out, not exhausting, because I believe that although COVID-19 was a devastation, it also was a blessing. Look how much time we got to spend with our loved ones. If you're married, you're right there with your spouse. If you needed sleep, you could sleep in. If you needed to mend things in relationships with your children, they're right there. And so I just saw that as God speaking to us and saying, okay, well, when you go out there, don't go back the same. Change for the better. And so wellness is very important. I don't want to see any more of my Black and brown people losing their lives to diabetes, to hypertension, any of those kinds of things. When we have the knowledge, we should do something about it. And so it's just a relaxing, I call it a staycation, because we're here at home, you know, and so just spruce up your couch, spruce up wherever, you know, get it some tea, just like y'all doing right here with date night, and make it a place that you want to inhabit, you want to live. Also, you know, this is financial wellness too, because the mind, the heart, the spirit, that's how you spend your money. Look how often we spend money just for no reason, just being out there to do something. But when you're at home and you're in your hub space, you can create that same kind of fun and relaxation too. So staycations, I think, are awesome, and also a great way to plan for your next vacation. So
That
that's
is
what it
so,
is on Sunday.
yeah. And you know, I've been looking at this as a opportunity to grow. That's why I went into hiatus for a minute and I wasn't doing the live talk because of some reasons uh, that was making me very uncomfortable. And I thought that I would just not do it. But then I am a God fearing man, not fearing man. I'm a God believing man. And God, just while we were sitting in the living room, my wife and I, during this pandemic, I started grabbing everything and start putting everything back together. And she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting ready to go live again." And she said, "What?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "God put it in my spirit to do that." So you're correct. I think this is, see, a lot of people are looking at this as a troubled time. But this is a time for us to really, really get to know who we are and to and get there. You know what? Here we got on the shirt, "I can't breathe." We know what that stands for, but at the same time, let us start to breathe. Let us start to
Mhm.
let us start.
Mhm.
Let us exhale that negativity, inhale the positivity. We know that a lot of things been going on around us. We're in a you talk about a pandemic with a virus or whatever they want to call it, but we got a pandemic going on in this country with the people. And the people got to take this opportunity to soul search themselves and to see what's going on. One of my friends told me, stop talking at the young people and go to them. And I now really understand what he meant by having you on here and listening to you and just so inspired by you at age. And I don't want to keep using that uh, to put your age out there, but I just want people to know you are really a powerful young female. And I'm just excited and glad that you are actually a part of my heritage.
Thank
So
you.
I just think that you're an amazing girl. Like I said, I saw the things that you've been doing. Um, you ain't been in that world. You ain't been in this not adult world.
She's been here before.
And the only other thing I can say is that that if you have, you're a reincarnation of a real queen from somewhere that's been doing some things, because all that's doing is now you just spreading that love.
Thank you. So after my major performance career, when I had to come home to DC due to an injury, I still needed to create. Very much like that feeling that Rodney had about, okay, I gotta get out there, I gotta go live again, I gotta connect with the people. I felt like that. So I did something. So DC has a Art All Night Festival, and it's as it is art all night from like 10 to 4 a.m. And I put together a one-woman show called Nefertiti Walks. Now we know Nefertiti was one of the queens. And basically, this queen was reimagined from an ancient times to now, because I often feel that way, that I feel very old spirited, I feel ancient, and I feel like we all could do well to take our time a little bit more than we do. And so she finds herself time traveling from ancient Egypt to the Americas. And she's in this new world, taking in all the sounds of the people and the activity and what's going on. But she's still queening. She's still in her element. She's still royalty. She's still walking with presence. And she's still having, putting meaning to everything that she does. So I had the opportunity to present that, but it's very much a part of my personal life journey. Um, and then there's another kind of artistic exhibit. I didn't do this one, but it's called Black Power Naps. So Black Power Naps is Black and brown people reclaiming our time and energy, because as we know, historically, we've always been hard workers, hard laborers. We never get a time to rest. We never get the time to enjoy everything, which is why the baby boomers, you all, when you got houses, when you were finally allowed to purchase a home and move into neighborhoods, you adorned your homes with china and artwork and all these beautiful things like you have in your home. And so now our generation, we started this thing called Black Power Naps, where we're resting in that royalty, resting in that hard work that our family lineage worked so hard to do. Because it's also strategic now that they have us out on the streets, calling us thugs as we're protesting to try to get us locked into the prison system again through felony charges and $10,000 bails and all these things that they're putting on media to distract our minds from what's really important, which is investing in self, investing your money in your future, and investing in our children. So here we are again in this blessed hour, resting in the work that our parents and you all have done so that we can go a step further.
Oh my God, you are amazing. I'm sitting here just now. I mean, I'm at odd, but you're right on point. You're right on point. one of my friends said, Rodney, in order for us to move forward, we have to go to people and get things from their perspective. I'm listening to you. I can listen to you all day. And you are giving me hope. You are giving me hope that we still have a chance. We can make a change in our future. And I have grandchildren. I actually have 6 grandchildren that I have to worry about. And one of the things that is really bothering me is I got to figure out how to channel their thinking to become positive and understand who they are, know where they came from, and know where they're going for their tomorrow. So that is so important right now, that we as a people, we make sure that we hear young people like you and listen to what you have to bring to the table. And you were speaking about that. So that is that a play that you were saying that you're writing, or because I kind of didn't catch it, but I did and I didn't. When you're talking about, you said she was traveling. Is that a play that you're doing or something you're writing?
I'm open to revamping it, but it's something that already happened. It was a performance piece of dance and acting. Yes, very much like a skit, about 45 minutes long, straight through. Yeah, that was just my personal interpretation of life. It can be reinvented if the opportunity arises. But as an artist, it just kind of just pours out of me. Some people do poetry, and mine is dance.
And so, when did you start dancing, and how did you get involved in it?
I began in ministry. I started in church, Evangel Cathedral, right across the street from Six Flags in Largo, Maryland, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And yep, which I'm so thankful for, because as a young girl, I realized, okay, I like this. People say I'm good, and then you get older and you got to figure out what you want to do. And I just didn't know anything about what I wanted to do, but what I knew is I wanted to be excellent, and I had already started this path, and so it's like, just keep going. So I went to college for it. Alvin Ailey, studied at a Russian ballet school here in DC called the Kirov Academy of Ballet, Dance Theater of Harlem, danced on Broadway with Cats, joined a ballet company in New York, and then came home. But through all of that and a little bit of film, through all of that, I always had God at the center, because it's true that when you're talented, young, gifted, and Black, they do want your soul. And I mean, they want everything. And so I could see through my godly lens where my parameters were and what things I knew I just was not gonna do. So that stayed with me, and I try to pass it on to the next generation too. Don't be so hungry for everything that they're trying to feed you out there. Just stand in your worth and be excellent on your own.
That's some good advice right there. I mean, that's something that we all have to know, that the way that society is set, mainly in this country, when we are talented and Black, they will drain us to the bone, and a lot of times we lose that vision on what really matters and get caught up in what others want from us. Mm-hmm. And that can start to cause a problem in your journey. So, it's very important you do keep that focus on your talents, and don't let it become a burden to you because of somebody else's intentions to rob you of your future dreams. So I would say to many people, just like you said, you got to be careful. You got to make sure that you're focused and know how to see what you're doing, and know how to not let people manipulate you. So that is something that a lot of young people have to make sure that when you have these talents and these skills, don't, you know, take your time and make sure that you're using them properly. You don't get burnt out where you don't want to do it. You don't want to be doing anything you don't like doing. You don't want to be living your life like that. And then you want to be living your life where you just working a 9 to 5 and never follow the dreams to fulfill your personal goals when God give you a talent to use. And so that could become very depressing in your later years. So, but again, I just want to tell you that I find you to be amazing. You are an amazing young lady. I'm listening to you. Believe it or not, now please accept my apology. I turned my back a couple of times and went to eat something. I meant no disrespect to you, but that food is like sitting back there, and normally I would have had it right up here. I'd have been all in it. You know, I'd have been in it. I would have been finished and I would have been in her plate. But also, I'm just so excited that we have the opportunity to have you as a guest. And thank you.
If you have any questions for Kayla, please call in at 301-793-7342. That's 301-793-7342. Or you can leave it in the comments here, and I will be sure to get that to Kayla.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Hello, Kim. How you doing?
How are you?
How's everything?
I just want to say to your guest, I'm just at awe, just here listening to.
That's okay. She got the delay.
I'm good. I'm wonderful. Everything is good. I just want to say to your guest, I'm just at awe sitting here listening to at such a young age and knowing exactly which she wants to go in, because that's what we need leaders like her.
Yes.
We need people that knows exactly the direction that she wants to go in to inspire others to follow.
That's so true. Kayla, Kim,
Yeah.
who is actually an author, she writes books. I grew
Hi,
up with her.
Kim. Thank you.
And I mean, I am just so, I'm like you, Kim. I was just sitting here just amazed at this young lady because, I mean, this is something that we need a lot of young people to have this this drive to follow their dreams and be professional at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And she really speaks very, very well, and she has a plan. And that's where it starts at, planning. You have to have a plan in order to get where you want to go. And then once you know where it is you're going, it's much easier to get there. And we all expect to have some kind of setbacks in life because that's how life is designed. But the result is stay focused and we get exactly where we're going. And people will see you and they'll want to be like you. And to get there, they have to do exactly what you did to do it.
Yes. And if we have a lot more young people like you, it's gonna have our tomorrow that seems so much brighter.
That's right. Keep speaking. Keep telling everywhere you go. Tell them.
Yes.
You speak everywhere you go. People they're gonna hear you.
And that's
gonna see you.
That's for sure. How you been doing, Kim?
I'm good. I'm writing. I'm still writing.
Well, I have now 2 talented black queens. I got one. Well, excuse me, I better say 3 because I got one sitting here with me.
Yeah.
And then I got a young lady just virtually coming in, and then I got another black queen on the phone. So
God is really
all the time, and I just give him praise.
Really good, and you keep them first.
That's right. And Kim,
I just wanted to call in. I just want to call it and know that I'm listening. I'm watching.
Thank you so much, Kim. And we got to get you back on, sweetie, so we can talk more about your projects.
All right. You guys take care.
You too.
Thank you, dog.
Thank you, Kim.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We also have Gerald. has a question for you, Kayla. He says, "What kind of things do you say to yourself that are positive, that affirms you?"
Mm. I always start with honesty. And I honestly, in honesty, thought that Rachel had answered that question with her beautiful comment response about vision. You know how some people, when they speak, it's just like they are speaking affirmations. She's kind of one of those people. But I always start with honesty. I used to say this a lot to my mom when I came home from college because I went to school in San Francisco, and she was always excited to have me home. Like, okay, what you up to? What's next? And I will always say, Mom, I don't have the answers, but so I start with honesty with myself in that, and I say, I don't have the answers. I'm not sure of this place, but I trust myself. I know all things are working together for the good. I know what I'm doing is good. I know that any obstacles that come my way, they serve a purpose. I think one of my main ones is I choose to trust. Trust, I think, is a huge thing for Black and Brown people in particular. Again, going back to the analogy of college, I'll give you an example. I used to walk dead in the middle of the street. Now, mind you, I was in a white neighborhood, mostly retired old people, where my campus was, and people used to laugh at me like, "What is this city East Coast girl doing?" And I would tell them, "What y'all talking about? It's late night, and I don't know these people, and somebody might come out, and all this kind of stuff." And they were like, "Okay, you have to trust. You're safe. You're in a good neighborhood. You're in a good environment." So that always stuck with me, and I take that with me in life and just remind myself, choose to trust. Choose to be present no matter what. Just be present, be here in the now. Um, and don't doubt yourself because you have all the things in your toolbox. Um, you have all the people in your corner. So even if it's not working out right now, you're bound to succeed. That's the ultimate goal.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is so true. So I'm a lot older than you, and I grew up in a time where many parents didn't talk about education because they weren't able to receive it. I was born in 1960, and we were struggling just to get recognized to be treated as a human being, that alone try to get into proper schools and go to college. And so it was like every now and then you would run across a person who had the drive in them to go further. And it was something that a lot of us was afraid to do. But now with the generation that I see today, and definitely uh, after speaking with you, I just feel so good that the opportunity for you is so broad. And you taught me something today. I'm going to continue to trust myself to know that what I'm doing is the right thing as well, and keep moving in that direction. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
now I'm gonna be like your mom. So what other big plans you have coming up that we need to know about?
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, I'm actually holding one of them. This is my second book. It's called A Broke Dancer's Guide to Success. This is the basis of financial literacy that is a part of my personal journey to understanding money, savings, budgeting, and I'm just sharing it with my community. I'm currently working on the second book. I'm also writing a book about dance ministry. Um, and let's see, I hope to develop a software for artists to help them to schedule and organize their projects a little bit better since everything's digital. And yeah, I think just learning. I just want to keep learning. I'm also a doula, so I help and assist young mothers with the birthing process, the after birthing process. That's something that Black women don't even know that they deserve. Um, my middle name was named after my mother's doula. And my mother calls me, her nickname for me is Do. I don't know why, gosh. But it was actually a Black man that told me that being a doula is a part of my path. And so I said, okay, well, sure. And I listened to him, and I've been able to help young mothers who are either without a husband or a counterpart, or maybe their husband was in the military and couldn't be there. And then that afterbirth process too. That's something that, if I could just speak on it, um, that Black young mothers struggle with, because they have to go back to work. And then they have to deal with everything that's in the media about, you should look like this, you need to keep up, you need to be a baddie, you need to be a savage, you need to be a boss, all this kind of false um, ideology about what should be while they're caring for a child. And so they don't get to finish caring for themselves. And so a doula steps in, and she's there with her and reminds her that it's okay, and lets her cry, lets the mother cry with her and talk it out, or is the intermediary between her and the father of the child, and is the intermediary in the room of the birthing process with nurses who say, okay, we just need to give the mom a C-section, we just need to move on, we just need to do this. Because we know historically that when it comes to health and wellness, they said that scientifically Black women are less apt to feel pain, which is not true. And we know through Medical Apartheid, which is a book, that is what they used to do to us. So fast forwarding, I'm a doula. I encourage many other young women to become a doula also, because that's a part of our maturation. When you reach a certain age, you start asking yourself, okay, do I need to get married? Do I need to have a child? What direction should I go? Because I'm doing pretty okay. Maybe just go back into the community and support someone else. So we need more Black doulas.
So where's your mom?
She is around here somewhere. She got more energy than I could ever understand. My mother had my sister and I very young. She had my sister and I when she was 19 and 20. She was a single mother, worked in the government, very bright, still is bright. And yeah, now she's remarried. She's had 2 other children since. She's my rock. I asked her not to knock on my door, and I hope that she will respect my wishes as we're in this interview right now. But she's around here somewhere.
That I'm gonna tell you, you know what? I mean, I can only imagine her sitting down with you, and sometimes she just sitting there and just saying, "Thank you, God."
Yeah.
I can only imagine her.
I would love if she did peek in,
Yeah.
so we can say thank
you
you for giving you us.
You are an amazing young lady.
Yes.
Again, let me take this time to say, yo, this is Real Talk Live with Rodney Grimes, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. I have a special guest, Miss Kayla Naturale. Naturale B. And this young lady is just so amazing. You are an inspiration. I have a goddaughter that you kind of remind me of. Actually, 2 goddaughters. I have one that's here. Her name is Keena, and Keena always, as a young person, always inspired me because she just had this spirit, this old spirit with her. But she's a strong, strong Black female. And then I have my my other goddaughter, Shakima.
And actually Shakima's mother is on.
Okay. My goddaughter Shakima, she's another strong black female with this old spirit with her. And you remind me of both of them. And I'm just so happy that God has given me this opportunity to be able to just experience this opportunity to interview you. You are truly a blessing. Yes. You are so well received and needed.
Well, Gerald says she's a diamond in the rough. She has he says,
he called you phenomenal. And if I could call you anything, I'm going to say you are truly a princess that is on her way to be a powerful black queen. Yes. Because, and I don't put you in princess because you still got a whole lot of areas to cover, but you are already in royalty. And I just know when you get that season, and I'm not saying that you're not, I'm just saying that I can only imagine another 10 or 15 years where you're going to be. You're going to be phenomenal.
Daryl also says, laughing out loud, you're a leader and a servant of others. How much better does that get? She's an optimist, Lord.
You got a fan. Girl, he just became your fan along with me. I'm trying to tell you.
She got all of us as a fan.
So again, we just want you to know that we so appreciate you. Please continue to be a blessing to others and allow them to be able to follow you. If you was marching down the street, especially now after I talk to you, I'll be standing right behind you. I'll be walking right there like a pit bull to block your way to make sure nobody would try to harm you and follow you all the way to where you're going because you are an inspiration.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much.
And we appreciate you not giving up on us. I apologize for the delay. I'm gonna tell you something. It's something else. I don't know if you're gonna chime in on this. I'm a man that I carry a lot of energy with me. My wife will tell you I have problems sleeping because my brain won't shut down.
Wow.
And is that when things are going around me and affecting people that I care about, then I find myself trouble. And so, so hold on just a second, yes. Rachel.
Hold on, Rachel.
So, my problem is that I'll start to go out the whole week carrying the burden of other people. So I'm getting ready to bring up something. And I don't know if this is a good or bad time. You can chime in if you want, and if you don't, I just need to say this. The other day, I realized that Nick Cannon was fired for speaking his mind. And he was fired by speaking about the things that we know goes on in the history. And it really did something to my soul. And it almost put me in a position where I was like, are we fighting a losing battle? Or do we really have to step up? Now, I said all that to say this. After talking to you, we got to step it up. The older individuals in this world, the seniors, we got to be there to protect you, to make sure that you are able to accomplish your dream. We have to do this, and we got to do it collectively. So I don't know if you heard about that, what happened with it, but it just really bothered me because we're going through so much right now. I have Rachel. I have your mentor on the phone, Miss Rachel. How you doing? Wait a minute. Let me see something. Try that again. How you doing, Miss Rachel?
I'm doing fine. I'm trying to clear my eyes of tears listening to the young lady, and I'm so happy that she showed up Like, I'm glad she's here so people can see her heart and not only that, the aura that she carries around her. Y'all see that glove? Do you see the glove?
Yes.
What your sunshades at? You should wear your sunshades.
Hey, believe it or not, and many times while I was sitting here, I just see it and feel it.
Right?
Yes.
That's the power within that she carries for the Holy Spirit. You know, you can't get better than that.
Not at all.
Well, you know what? When she did, I asked her about some of her mentors, and she mentioned you. I was like, oh Lord, here we go. I already know. If she anything like Miss Rachel, boy, we better watch out because you are overwhelming with that positive energy that overflows. And that's exactly what I get from her. The exact same thing. And y'all are amazing, amazing Black queens. I love you so much.
She is awesome. And Kayla, don't ever quit. Don't ever put out that light. If the surrounding darkness, and somebody called me the lightning bug. They said that you just like going into a theater when it's all dark, and when it's dark, that little light be shining and glowing everywhere, and everybody can see it.
Well, you know what, hey, Kayla,
Yeah.
you have another individual. I don't know if you want to look at me as a mentor, but I don't mind being your godfather.
That's all right. That's all right. It takes a village.
Said, wait a minute. Well, hold on, Rachel. What'd you say, Kayla?
I said, that's all right. It takes a village. That's all right.
Okay, both of y'all
said it at the same time. Hey, Rachel, hold on just a minute. Wait a minute, Rachel. Rachel, hold on a second. Kayla, say that one more time.
Oh, I said, that's all right because it takes a village.
That's right. It does.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Do you have anything coming up where you can you're going to be speaking to some young people to inspire them and just help them get some new information on just following their dreams and goals?
Young people, I'm working on something that's long term, nothing recent that's coming up. I have a friend who has a foundation for scoliosis. I'm supposed to be going live on her Instagram in the next week, not this coming Monday, but the following Monday to talk about to talk a little bit about that. So yes, next Monday. But beyond that, no.
Did we lose you?
No, I'm here. Did you hear what I said?
Oh, you said next Monday. Okay, yeah. Okay, so again, I'm just excited. I got to figure out. It's some way that I got to figure out how to get you on stage so that you can sit down and you can share some information. I have something that I'm brewing up where we was going to do a forum where we're going to have different people on the stage to talk and have an audience to be able to receive some information on empowering ourselves, following our dreams, changing the way we're doing things. And I know that this is going to be in the future. Hopefully when things start to calm down with this virus, this pandemic. But I want you to know that I will definitely be giving you a phone call to ask you to be one of the panelists to be, when we do this here.
I'd be happy to. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, so you'll know that we will be calling you to ask you to be there. Rachel is also going to be one of the individuals that's going to be on that panel. I've already mentioned that to her. And I have some very, very other positive thinking people. I love that. I love my PTP, positive thinking people. People to people, power to power. what I tell you. And you can use that anytime you want to, okay?
Okay, I will.
Yeah, because again, what it does, it covers everything that we are trying to move forward to change the way that we are. And that's, again, like I said, people to people, that's me, you, and them. Them can be anybody you want them to be, whether negative or positive. And the power we possess and the power they possess. There is the power. And what happens when we come together as a village, we become positive thinking people and we get positive results. So that's, I just consistently go by that, and I'm working on it. I changed my attitude because I used to be hot and ready to fall down, kick, and scream at anything that went wrong. But you know, over the last few months, God has worked on my spirit, and He's put people like you in my life that made me see a whole different view. And I say thank you. I say thank you to God first, but then I say thank you to you as well. And you, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
I've been praying. Amen.
Amen. Well, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Okay. So, you know what? What I would like to do, now that we know how to work, Kayla, we're going to do another interview.
Awesome.
So what I want to do is this, because we're booked all next week, and we're starting to get booked the following week. I'm gonna Zena will stay in touch with you, and we're gonna make it a point to schedule you again, and that way then we're gonna be prepared, and we're gonna be able to do this thing without all that craziness that started in the beginning, and we're gonna be able to pick your brain, because I got to write down my questions for you, because I got so many things I want to ask you.
Yes, I'm ready.
So many people that I think should hear you. I think we have a lot of young people that need to hear you. So that's one of the things that I'm gonna be excited about. I'm gonna ask that the viewers would make sure they have either their children or their grandchildren to sit in the next time that we interview you, because you are seriously an inspiration.
Yes. Thank you so much. Well, I look forward to it. Yes, let's keep in touch. Thank you again, Rachel, for bridging and connecting us so that I can now tune in and learn more about who you bring on your show and learn more about you, Rodney, and your wonderful, beautiful queen you got sitting over there right beside you.
Yeah, you know what, really, I'm gonna tell you something. I always get on my wife. Y'all black women, y'all stick together.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
here when y'all describe her, y'all try the wonderful, beautiful, blah blah blah. Ain't nobody say about nothing about me. I'm talking about, oh yeah, Rodney, but yeah, we like what you, but the wonderful. No, I'm just joking. Hey, you hear? She telling my haters get off her. You right, I know, but you know something? God has been good to me and put her in my life, and now here you are now becoming a part of my life. I got Rachel. Rachel and Zena are they're best friends. They've been friends over 30-some years.
Yes.
So, and I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't seen a friendship like these two. These two girls here, when you say friends, they ride or die. That's real.
Ready, set,
go.
So, and with everybody that tuned in, this is Real Talk with Rodney Grimes, people to people, part of positive thinking people. We love you, and we ask that you keep Kayla in prayer, and we see you as a queen that's going to be sitting on a throne, leading many, many black people to success. Okay, we
Yes, we would like to thank all of you for tuning in. I'm sorry I didn't get to shout out to everyone, but we love you. We hope you enjoyed. I know you enjoyed as I'm looking at the comments. And Gerald, thank you again.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, Kayla, you better watch out, because I think Gerald might be trying to find out where you at. He want to talk to you.
You know what? He said that he said he have 4 girls. So I have a spot for a powerful woman.
I love it, Gerald. Thank you, Gerald. You're an amazing man. Hey, and you see already, Kayla, you are something else. I am so excited that we had this opportunity. So we are we don't encourage drinking and doing all that. This is a glass of wine. Me and my wife, this is something we enjoy on a date night every now and again. We don't do it all the time. But I will say this. Today, my toast is to this young queen that has.
Glasses, whatever.
We just want to say, God bless you, and we salute you.
Amen.
Again, it's Real Talk with Rodney Grimes, people to people, power to power, positive people. And we thank our guest, Miss Kayla, Naturale B. Please go on her page. Look her up on Facebook. Hey, Kayla, let me tell you something. I don't care what you're doing. Post it on my page.
Okay.
It's an awesome product.
I mean, whatever you're doing, post it on my page so that we can support you. And if it's something that we need to address, that you need us to get the word out, just call us on the phone, and we will be right there to help you to have success in your journey.
Thank you so much for the support. And I look forward to whenever you do get in contact with me about the motivational speaking. My grandmother always told me when I was a little girl that I was going to be doing that. So it's one thing when you do it on your own, but when someone else invites you into a space to do it, then it's something else. So thank you for that. I look forward to it.
Oh, for sure. You can bet you'll be one of the number ones on my list. And that's without a doubt. And so with that said, again, we just thank everybody that tuned in. We thank for joining us. And she had the patience of an angel. All that confusion we was having in the beginning. And that's something else that you showed me. You're not a quitter. You're not a quitter. You figured that out and you got it so that you helped this thing come together. And I'm just so excited about that. Hey, Rachel.
Yes.
Thank you too, love, for bringing this little angel into my life. I appreciate you so much.
Yes. You got it.
So with that said, we're past our time, and we're gonna move on. And I gotta finish my date night with my queen, cause hey, she probably gonna have me running up and down the steps or whatever. She said she wanna go take a walk or something. I don't know. But on date night, they said a happy wife is a happy life.
Happy life. Have fun. Bye.
Thank you. We love you. We love you.